Hello, everybody, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and I am figuring out my lighting situation. But anyway, today, somebody on my last stream mentioned the idea of doing Shaper Apocalypse, so I started to think about what that might look like. So here we are. So that's what we're going to be working on today, is trying to make some Shaper Apocalypse happen out of Lat. Basically, nothing about this deck is set in stone. I literally built it right before hitting the stream button, so we're going to work on it. We're going to talk about it together. I went with DDoS as my bypass event, and I went with Aesop's as my restricted card, because then I can de-flip things for money. If we had more influence, I'd say get like a Reaver in there, but I don't know if that's good enough. I have Bookmark, because it helps us with Lat, and it also gives me somewhere to store an Apocalypse that's not in my hand, so it can't get hit by damage. I've got some Reclaims and some Compiles to act as additional clone chips to get things back. Palangi so that we can lean on Breakers more, and Brahmin to prevent things from being flipped entirely. And some Cubons since we're using DDoS. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. I got my Balder here. I think Spec Work could do some work here, especially for used up Palangis early. I thought about getting something like a Scavenge or a Rejig, but the problem is a lot of times the things that we would want to use that on are going to be flipped. So then it's only like an edge case for things like empty Palangis. I don't know. I have no idea if this is going to work. Good luck, have fun. So I think this is a pretty good starting hand. So let's draw once. Let's put that down. Let's put that down. Gain a credit. Now, we have 3 pawn shops, so we can put this first one down for value pawns. The biggest thing is our opponent here, one of the biggest things here is that our opponent likely has no clue. Ow, Balder's no scratch. You just like scratched me up. Why? Tour guide. Degree mill. So we'll shuffle these two back in. Hey, Deniska. Hey, Hot Dog. So let's draw. Let's get some money. So we only have 2 copies of Apocalypse. But I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so they're going to put a bunch of stuff down. It's probably going to be a remastered edition. Yeah, Apocalypse Kate was really fun, but Apocalypse Kate also had access to things like Lady. It had access... Well, I mean, we have access to Lady. It had access to Zool, a very inexpensive decoder. So I guess our biggest thing here is we really just need to find the Apocalypse. So they're drawing up, looking for more ice. Let's pawn. Let's draw. I want to check that just in case it's an agenda. We'll put that down. And we'll put that on R&D, see if we can get an ice trash. Yeah, like I said at the start of the stream, I literally threw this together as I was sitting in this chair before starting the stream, so we can fiddle with it. I think 3 APOC's probably better. So I wonder if that's a Beal. No, it's a 15 minutes. Okay. Let's draw. Let's check server 11. Let's check server 10. At this juncture, I just want money. I don't know, this is tough. Hey, Fluffy Cat. Hey, Chris. Yeah, see, this is what I was concerned about. This is what I was concerned about. We still haven't seen the apocalypse. And they know what we're about, right? And the deck does run a little poor, doesn't it? Still no copies of APOC. Yeah, I mean, it's just not enough. Like, they've even been going pretty slow, and we just don't have fuck all going on. Alright, APOC is better when you have conspiracy breakers or when you are using bypass events, right? We have Pelangis. Yeah, I don't see us winning this one, unfortunately. Unless one of these... Uh, this is going to be a tour guide. Yeah. This deck is just too slow. We've got nothing, right? We did get to 6 points, but that was more incidental. Especially with us more or less constantly getting booped back to the Stone Age. Yeah, and the blacklist too, I'm pretty sure. We're done skis. Another tour guide. A wraparound. Okay. Hopefully they'll draw into the win next turn and put us out of our misery. Because I don't think we have an out here. I think Shape or Apocalypse is a really hard sell. There's not enough to break efficiently. When Shape or Apocalypse was popular in the past, Ice was more expensive for lower strengths. Yep, so that's a good game. Well played. Okay. So let's take a look at this pile of garbage I built this morning. Oh. Alright. We need 3 copies of Apocalypse. I don't know if the reclaims are good enough. Compile might just be better. And then get in 3x Palangi. We also definitely, or we at least need another Astrolabe. This is... Okay, I think we have to mulligan for APOC in the opening hand here. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, see, that's way better. Okay, so 3 cards. So let's Dirty Laundry HQ. Let's get some money and then also put down DDoS. Oh yeah, build that remote, baby. I mean, hopefully people aren't joining my games after watching my stream title, right? Yes, I will trash that full immersion rec studio, thanks. Let's hit HQ. Let's hit R&D. Let's hit Archives. Throw everything into the bin. We lost the first game. I made some adjustments. This is game 2. I threw this deck together this morning on what I thought might be a good idea. Okay. I should be utilizing LAT more. See what's over here. Probably the game. Good game. Lat's ability. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. I'm gonna make a counter. It's the first idea that came to mind. It's the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking about the idea of playing this deck this morning. I make no claims as to the efficacy of this choice. Where the frack did it get saved? Man, I am tired today. I've been binge watching a lot of different shows and I've just been exhausted, like nigh constantly. But yeah, why don't we take a look at the list? Give me some feedback on the list. I had a I've had a tiring couple of days. I'm sorry, I'm spacing out here. Give me 1 second. I'm just fixing up some technical issues with the stream. All right, we're back. Made a little counter to keep track of how many APOCs we've actually landed in this game. Man, I am tired. Alright, so we've got 1 win, 1 loss. Card choices are all bad. So, spec work and isolation don't work because flipped over cards don't have subtypes anymore, right? Yeah, I think Cubone is a bit of a non-bow. That's the main reason I have Pawn Shop in here. Yeah, green cards are all bad. I have Bookmark as a way of storing the Apocalypse until I'm ready, which I think is pretty good. I think Compile and Reclaim is probably the best. Yeah, even more copies of Breakers could be good. So I think we mulligan hard for I think we mulligan hard for it in the opening hand. Good luck, have fun. Alright, I think we're gonna draw once. And then we're going to sure gamble, put down SMC, and Dirty Laundry into R&D. Actually, undo, click. I want the draw. We'll just get a credit. Okay, let's draw. It's Dirty Laundry HQ. Let's put another SMC down. Draw. Because the thing is, depending on how much ice is down, we may not need much. Because we also have Compile. I may spec work one of these SMCs. Like, this is going to be like a real dirty deck where we make some very strange lines of play. And we're also still Shaper, so we have to remember that we can contest stuff. But I was thinking about going back to APOC, because a lot of people are really leaning hard on these Jinja decks, and a great way to deal with a Jinja deck is just to Apocalypse them into Oblivion. The other idea for an Apox deck that I had was doing it out of Ed Kim. So let's get that down. Let's get that down, and we'll just click for a credit. Because now they have to wonder what the hell we're doing, right? So that was an Atlas this whole time? Or reversed accounts, do we think? Let's draw. Let's draw again. Alright, well, we have a lot of the stuff we need now. I guess I can just get stuff down for the purposes of pawning it after the flip. So we'll get that down. No, that doesn't work. Undo, click. We want the compiles. We'll probably just be ditching cards here. And we'll be using our ability to get stuff back. This is what I'm always concerned about when I play decks like this, is that there's some critical pieces in your hand that just cause you to trash like every other card in your deck, which then makes that primary win condition worse. But I'm not necessarily sure how we fix that. Balder, you need to chill. Balder. Because what we're going to do is we're going to pop DDoS. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right. Pop this. Let's Maker's Eye. Get a hostile, let's hit HQ. Let's trash Oberth. Let's hit Archives. Today we are not canceling the Apocalypse. We're enabling the Apocalypse. Well, if we cut the DDoSes, we could get bypass events, right? And those aren't bad by any stretch. The Apocalypse count is now up to 2. Okay, well, let's check Archives. Let's see some of the things that we flipped over. Okay. Let's draw once. Let's put down Pawn Shop. And let's put down... No, you know what? No. Undo, click. We'll just get a credit. We know that the STS deployment is in there. I'd like to draw into a program to pitch to that rather than using one of our very limited recursion tools for it. So let's pawn one of these SMCs. Let's hit the diesel. Perfect. We'll put Ica down. And then we'll go in and get SDS. And we're drawing away. One thing that's neat about playing an Apocalypse deck is the corpse hand sizes tend to be pretty big after an APOC turn because they draw trying to find ice. Alright, so let's pawn. Let's get this clone ship down and go in here. Break. Break. Run in again. Put down an Astrolabe to get some more draw. I think draw engine is a big issue, and I think making things cheaper so we can get them down as we draw them is a big issue. So I think we need to tweak the econ and price reduction engine. And we need to think about how we're drawing to our combo pieces, right? So they're going to potentially put an SDS in that server. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take the clicks. What do we think is protecting that, I guess, is the question. I guess there's only one surefire way to find out, right? So there's the border control. So if it's double border control, so one of the neatest things about being a shaper in general is because of our tutoring tools, we have the ability to deal with the servers that they build after the APOC, which is nice. All right, and then we'll run back in. I think trying to go for a 5-3 was not the right choice. So we're 2-1 now. Up against Black Tree. I think we'll keep just because we have the double draw cards. Hey, Thomas. So we can put some recursion tools on there to try to protect them. There's going to be a House of Knives, I'm guessing. No, a Sting. Okay, so we lose 2 clone chips, which sucks real bad. Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's draw. What we need most is an APOC. So if this is an agenda, that's bad. That's basically game. Now it's going to be very tough, if not impossible, for us to win. Don't know how we're going to win this one, kids. Is that a Chronos? That'd be pretty bad. Now, I think we can potentially still win this, but I think it's definitely going to be an uphill battle from here. We got DC'd. Yeah, I don't really know what we're gonna do. Alright, let's move up to 3 cards. And then just get a credit. Let's pull in the final use here. We might as well hit R&D first, because R&D is the one where we're actually going to have to break an ice. Both APOCs are hit by a snare, so that's going to be game. I guess I could have left it until we were ready to do it, which would have been the smarter play. I mean, we're dead in the water. We got Chronos and a bunch of other stuff. Like, we have more or less no chance of victory here, and we're starting with a hand size of 3 cards. So, and we have no points. So, I don't know how we're gonna win this. Yeah, the correct play probably would have been to leave them on the bookmark until we were ready. Part of me kind of just hopes that we hit another snare and put us out of our misery. Oh, we are so dead. Oh no, we're still alive. But with not enough cards to win, I don't think. Maybe. Maybe if we're very, very lucky. We will definitely not be getting an Apocalypse counter on this game. I'll check that. What's the worst? It could be a Psychic Field. Let's hit HQ. Let's run this remote. Let's run HQ. So our best case scenario would be to hit a 1. Yep, okay, so that's game. Yep, so that's the end of the line on that one. So we're 2-2 now. Maybe we just need more breakers, right? I wish we had a less expensive decoder that could be used on multiple servers. I don't know. I feel like we're not leveraging the card super well. Right, where I think about playing something like Ed Kim as an example. And if we were playing Ed Kim, we could be destroying cards out of hand, right? We get DDoSes for no influence. So taking the APOC could potentially leave us with extra influence. For other cards that improve our matchup, right? Do we want to take a look at that? Or do we want to put something like this in Woo where we can tutor for specific breakers, right? Is that the better play? Because then if we APOC them, well, that doesn't work because that wouldn't work on the turn. All right. So let's look at Ed Kim. Let's get in 3 copies. And let's make our restricted card Paperclip. Gamble, I've Had Worse, Laundry, Liberated Account, Daily Cast, DDoS, probably a 1 of turntable for after the APOC. Inject. David's a good card in an APOC deck. Apocalypse. Wanton. Actually, we could do two, and also get like Eater in there, right? Hacktivist. Embezzle. We could get 2x Embezzle. I mean, what do we think of this? How do we feel about it? Do we have enough money? Do we need like a day job? Do we want like a chop bot? Isolation? Isolation. It's trash and installed resource gain 7. Yeah, isolation doesn't seem super great here. We could get an amped up. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12 money cards. Give me 1 second. Somebody's giving me a telephone, a call. Alright, I'm back. We could try to get a Stargate in. That's definitely a card. I feel like Amped Up's a little optimistic. So let's get a Singleton Stargate in there. A lot of these things are going to be one-time use, right? So that's something else that we have to think of. All right. So another thing we could do as a money card is we could get Mining Accidents into the deck. So what if we made this Val? What if we cut and embezzle, got a Rebirth, and a clone ship for the Stargate? Went up to 3 day jobs. I then got Mining Accidents as well. Oh, am I bugged? Okay. I'm just gonna. This seems alright. We can keep this. See, I'm not allergic to good identities anymore, Russell, if Russell's still here. Good luck, have fun. Oh, that's too dark. Alright, so let's just poke R&D and see what gets rezzed, if anything. Perfect. Let's hit HQ, because now we're guaranteed a Mining Accident. We'll play the Mining Accident for effect. And we'll inject. And we'll ditch the MK. Perfect. Now we're just going to keep drawing. Let's run HQ. Let's see what gets rezzed. Okay. What if they're going to draw here? Let's run again. And I think we'll play the mining accident again, see if they give us the third bad pub. No, they paid the money, okay. So let's draw, let's draw. Let's draw. And now we have all three breakers in the bin. Yeah, and we want like the one more turn, right? We want the more ice commitment. With us still being able to get in. Let's draw. We have all three breakers in the bin. Perfect. Alright, so let's pop it like it's hot. Let's go into archives first. Let's hit HQ. Now we are going to have to lose a Clippy here. We're gonna... Oh, there's the concession. Okay. We did land a third APOC. This is okay-ish because we have money. Well, let's look at this hand and evaluate it critically. We have a lot of things that we like. But, yeah, I think this is better, actually. The Eater's real good. Now we are going to have to watch out for the Kakugos here. I definitely think that probably the best APOC deck is still in 419. Because you have access to crowdfundings for no influence. And you have all of the bypass events. So let's draw. Let's check server 1 in case it's like a House of Knives. It's a fucking psychic field. Sure, okay. Let's embezzle and hit event. Or operation, I should say. But yeah, we can just do like a little exploration of APOC as a card today. That's probably going to be a Sting. So let's Omar run into R&D. Let's run Archives, because if there's a Breach Dome in here. Okay, HQ, hoping to dodge the snare. That would lead me to believe that this is the Sting. Alright, we're in regular Netrunner mode because all 3 copies of Apocalypse have been hit by net damage, which is fucking unreal. I'm just like a what I would colloquially call a snare magnet. That's pretty good. Now we just have to dodge the complete image combo. And we're probably gonna be fine, right? Sure, let's get all these snares out of the way. Next turn, we're gonna Wanton. I'd like to get another DDoS. We're also going to try to draw past these breakers. Because now we're just... normal Anarch again. which is fine. We're already at 4 points. Right, so that's what we'll do. Our main plan of attack is gone, but I think we've still got strong lines left. Yeah, nice APOC counter is net damage, just net damage. I do need some diversity. I'm planning on playing this day job next click. Or incidental net damage is much improved, I would say. Now, this is a sting that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's how many we've landed so far on stream. Alright, let's draw up. And then, now we can poke around a little bit. Well, I said I wanted to poke around, so let's poke around. Let's run HQ. I'll say 2. Let's go again. See if we can snatch that future perfect. There's a... Yeah, I mean, Whistleblower is pretty good. I think there's an agenda in here for us to steal. Okay. I'm gonna say 1. I mean, we still win because there's an SSL in there. Good game. That must have been what we hit with the wanton. I don't love it. That's way better. Get some money drip going. Yeah, Coyote Moon, when I was doing my Stargate Woo deck, I had Whistleblower, and I used Clot on somebody who was utilizing Biotic into Red Planet Couriers, and I clotted after the Biotic, and they still put the agenda in and RPC'd all the counters onto it, onto the City Works, as a way of saying, well, I'll still score this because I'll score it next turn. And they'd already seen a restricted card from me, so then I played Whistleblower and ran the server, and then was able to steal it despite it having like 11 counters on it. That kind of stunk because I had like the exact tools for that matchup for them, because I had Whistleblower, I had David, right? So for that run, even since they are on the SSO deck, they had these big one subroutine ice. So I put down Whistleblower, went and got David. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Let's get ready to launch next turn. So there's the Nisei. But the nice thing about being us is we're gonna force the Nisei early on not protecting a score, right? Let's play the side game. Let's run R&D. Alright, let's get the mining accident out of the way, since they were kind enough to use up all their money. So I have access to Black Orchestra after, I guess since I have two, it's the same. I guess we'll just draw a card. So they're really piling ice on. We have a hacktivist now, which will help. We do need that rebirth. Let's go ahead and put hacktivist down. So we gotta work towards... We have to work towards the APOC. Our best chance of landing an APOC now is rebirth. So here's another celebrity gift. BioVault's probably going to go into that remote soon. We really just need the rebirth, huh? Alright. I mean, this is pretty okay, because Archive still doesn't have the defensive upgrades on it. So they're going very ham. And if we do manage to land this apocalypse, it's like a nightmare for them, right? So let's start with the Omar run. Sure. I'm gonna fire the side game here to try to protect our APOCs. Let's hit HQ next. Again, I don't think we want accesses, because I don't think we want to increase the likelihood that we're going to lose our stuff. Do the side game, because I have a weird feeling that there's some number of breach domes in here. And we'll just go ahead and APOC the whole thing. And that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. So 9 of those were ice, or 8 of those were ice, because 2 were upgrades and 1 was the Bio Vault. So let's go into HQ. Now we're going to start Stargating them. Put the Future Perfect in there. The Stargate. Oh yeah, get rid of that Kakugo. Oh, we landed another APOC. How could I forget? Alright, so let's Omar into R&D. Let's run archives. And blissfully, for like the first... Oh, nope, that's the wrong server. For the first time since... And now... we have... I think we still have another DDoS, right? Let's do Embezzle. And we'll do Upgrade. And we'll go back in and get that thing that we now know is an NGO front. They have 8 cards left in their deck. They got nothing. Good game, well played. This is a nice hand. We'll keep this. Well, I'm probably just dead. Yep. Good game, well played. Alright. Let's get back into the tank. Let's do one more. So, you know, could an Apocalypse Geist be done? With the trashy tools? Is that a thing that could be done? Because DDoS is a trash can ability, isn't it? I know why you all watch me, right? It's for these top tier plays, right? Oh, right. No, the reason you don't want to do an Apocalypse Geist is because you lose the tech traders. Right, that's what I always forget. I always am like, man, we could do an Apocalypse Geist, but then I'm like, right, but then you lose your most important econ card. Alright, so let's get the DDoSes in there. Our full influence is going to be probably 2 DDoS, 3 Apocalypses, Sure Gambles, Dirty Laundries, Daily Casts, 3 Almakuas, Inside Jobs, Spearfishing, probably Feint. Feint's a good card. Crowdfunding as our restricted. Um, 3x corporate grant, bankrolls, Tycoon, Gugalter, Abagnale, Embezzle X3. Is there anything else we need that I'm missing? Easy Mark's good in this style of deck. Falsifieds. Let me take a look at this deck that Hot Dog just linked. Give me 1 second. Oh, the Spirit of Destruction, the Apocalypse, the Apocalypse Geist deck that we made way back in the day, 2015. What is life? Blast from the past. I mean, this is already a deck, right? We have 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, we have money. We have our primary win condition. Could probably go down to 2 falsified, get a single Citadel in there for the late game. Inside Job and Spearfishings. Or probably can go down to 1 of Fate, keep the 3 Inside Job, keep the 3 Spearfishing. Get like a no one home. Oh yeah, doof. What am I even doing with my life? So 2 spearfishing, 2 inside job. Go down to 1 easy mark. Get the diversion of funds in there. And now we're really, really gonna farm some rage. We don't need to be safe. Being safe is for quitters. Oh, we don't have any draw. So we need to get some draw in here. Feint's probably gotta go. Like, that feels super win more, right? Let's get some class acts in there, right? I think class act is the right choice here. Probably a class act's better than Earthrise because it's immediate use, right? Rather than having to wait, feeling like this is gonna be such a misery engine. Good luck, have fun. The thing that I love most about Criminal is that every hand is good, right? Because there's only good cards in the faction now. Yeah, well, we're gradually moving towards things that actually work, right, Thomas? So we're gonna APOC, and we're gonna put everything into the trash, and we're only gonna access when we're sure we're gonna win, right? Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's keep that money low. Because this is like a Wombo combo deck, right? So hopefully we'll draw like a doof here. Let's poke around a little bit. Come on. Yeah, so as I predicted, this is a combo deck. So we need to be wise to that. That's going to be a Vitruvii. Oh, no. Okay. So we are staying out of the trash. Now, the embezzles here could be good if to hit Archive Memories and Game Changer. Because the more of those we get out of their hand, the better off everything is going to be. So I might embezzle next turn for Operation, since that's a pretty strong... Get rid of Breaker Bay Grid, we'll go back in. Get rid of that. Let's get in here and we'll say Operation. We got rid of Fast Break. And then let's check R&D again, see if we can get like a GFI of Vitruvius.
A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Thanks, Coyote Mood, for the resub. Really appreciate it. Bankroll is such a lovely card. Let's check R&D. Let's see what R&D is, because if it's a Chrysium Grid, we're going to need to get rid of it. It's our Giordano. We don't need to trash Giordano Field here. See how many negative points are in here. So we're gonna lose crowdfunding here, but it's really not the end of the world. I think we should fire. We're at 3 points with no negative points yet, so we just need to kind of police their hand, right? And keep them from being able to protect their combo. The biggest thing is we need to land the embezzle, right? Turtlebacks. So here, we're going to falsify that for asset, and then we're going to run it. So let's draw. Let's say asset. Let's run it. One's just for a counter. And one's for reals. Now we'd like to get something... Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize this was an asset deck. If I had realized that this was an asset deck, I think that there's a lot more I could have done. Is this going to be like a Future Is Now or like a Chronos? Director Haas's pet project, depending on how much goes into that remote, we maybe go for launch on another APOC. Oh, you mean like leaving the Turtlebacks down as an incentive for him to, or them to play out more assets? That's fair. I love the combo. Like, there's a bunch of, like, not necessarily optimal, but really interesting things you can do with Sports Battle. Like, that's just so bad for them. Because we were going to yeet all of that into the abyss. Now, my biggest fear is that we're going to run into a bunch of bullshit points while we're doing our thing. And then that'll enable them to combo out. That's our biggest concern, right? We're at 4 points. We're gonna yeet them into the abyss. Yeah, I think we're gonna get Arella comboed here. So probably the smart turn would have been to wait one more turn on the APOC and doof them back down. So some wild shit is happening. Yeah, I think doofing them first would have been the right choice, because then they wouldn't have been able to afford the fast breaks. Alright, so I made a pretty serious pilot error there. So, I want to give the, actually, let me run to the restroom real quick. Be right back. Yeah, no. You play to your outs. You played it right. So while we're waiting, let's think about deck edits. How do we feel about the deck as it exists currently? So I don't think we need the spec order. I think that's probably still just better as more bypass tech, right? Ooh, maybe we want pad taps. Because people aren't going to want to get rid of them. I don't know if we need the feint, though, right? Feint's pretty okay. I just love pad tap. Pad tap feels so good, right? Slots are surprisingly tight in a deck like this. We can leave it for now.
A new follower.
Hey, Amadon. Thank you very much for the follow. This is good. This is a good open. I'll keep this. We have money, we have draw, we have a bankroll, we have a card that enables us to impact our economy, right? Alright, we already have a doof, so we can probably ditch the other doof for now. Alright, so... Oh. How much money was I at? And I spent 5, so I should be at 2. I don't like running archives for Armakua counters without bankroll. So we'll click for 3 credits and 3 Armakua counters here. We have to be wary of the existence of archers. So there's the border control that we definitely want that DDoS for, right? We'll get rid of the embezzle for now. And we're going to get some money. The card filtering of Class Act also helps this deck a fair bit. Okay, so they're going to purge because they don't like what we're all about. We're just going to keep drawing for effect. We need to find APOC and we need to find DDoS. You know, in some ways, Anarch, you know, is very well suited for this style of build because you have so many big draw cards that also tutor your programs, right? Like, one of the biggest reasons to play Anarch when you're doing this style of build is because you have draw that also tutors your programs, right? Let's draw. We're gonna have to ditch some cards here. A number of them I'd rather not ditch, but it is what it is. So this is gonna be a big score. But it also reduces their money. That's just fine. Let's go ahead and pop this. And let's Spearfishing HQ. We'll trash that. Let's go into R&D. Reduce their recovery money. We're on the board. Yeet their entire deck into the trash. Now against this deck, we probably say upgrades for Embezzle. Or Ice even. No, this is across the entire stream. This isn't in one game. Let's do upgrade. Let's go archives. Let's APOC that. Since we can't steal it. Let's doof. Then let's run back in. Get one of those agendas. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's run HQ, see if we can get that armed intimidation. Okay, now we just need an agenda and or a program, and we can go get that SDS, and we win. Good game, well played. Thanks for the game. Draw feels weird, right? Maybe we do want an Earthrise as well. That wouldn't be the worst, right? So let's look at the list and let's think about things that we could do. We have Class Acts. They're kind of a tempo hit. We could try to get an Earthrise in, maybe. Maybe some career fairs. This is tough, right? So what do we really need these backup breakers for? Do we really need them, I guess, is the question. Or to what degree do we need them? So we could probably do 2 embezzles. We could probably do 2 corporate grant, because it's not our primary game plan. And then getting career fair in means that we're going to always be willing to overwrite class acts for other class acts. So let's give that a go. Somebody should make like a web app that just has your Netrunner name generator, where it just has like a adjective and like a non-specific noun. So, you know, like ethical freelancer, amoral scammer. But it's just like a gashapon that gives you a random. I think the biggest thing in this build that makes Class Act better than Earthrise specifically is that Class Act says that we draw at the end of our turn, so we know before the next turn starts what we're capable of doing, right? Alright, this looks pretty okay. We've got the APOC, we have a career fair. Right? We're not going to be running early because we don't want to be giving out free reses. So let's draw. Let's draw once more. I know I could have gotten the second daily cast down as well, but I like getting the Amakua down because it increases the likelihood that it's kind of like Beth, you want it down as early as possible, right? Because it changes the way people play. Let's draw. Let's put this down and let's get a credit and a credit, and if next turn no ice gets put on archives, we're going to drop bankroll and we're going to run there 3 times. Alright, let's get some credits. Gotta play a little slower, everybody. Let's get some additional money here, and also force an ice res potentially. 1, 2, 3. Now I know that they still have the NGO. But it's not the biggest deal. Okay, let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put down Tycoon. And put that down. And I think we can be ready to go next turn. People are so focused on building strong remotes right now. So I think first click, we're going to spearfishing R&D. So that there's nowhere that the free res is going to matter. Then we're going to run archives. We're going to break it here. They're going to get a free res, and I hope that it's one that they spend money on. They do. They do spend 2 credits on it. Here, we're going to run HQ. We're going to take the money, and we're going to say, let all subroutines fire. Because these programs are going to get flipped anyway. We'll trash that. And then we'll APOC. Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's dirty laundry into HQ. I don't know if I would go for a score at a remote when you've got an ICWA in hand. Oh, we lost connection. Our hand isn't showing. Yeah, the game is like completely bugged, so unfortunately. Alright, this is a good hand. We'll keep it. Let's poke around. I have a concern that we may die, so let's draw some cards. Class Act just feels real good. So the call on Embezzle's probably always asset here, right? Let's hit R&D. It's Inside Job HQ. Let's hit Archives. Just go ahead and yeet all that into the trash. So now we're just looking for the DDoS to set up the second APOC. So let's draw. Let's put that down. Probably not going to need those guys. I love just this constant pressure that we have. Alright, I don't like all these advanced cards, so I think we're going to... Let's check Archives. Let's yeet some money back into the bin. I don't know why I'm getting lots of beeps. It might have been better to wait for DDoS there. I don't think we need net damage protection. Yeah, I get that. Alright, let's hit HQ, see if we lose APOC. Because that really shapes the rest of the turn, right? Watch us hit a breach dome here. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. And crowdfundings for good measure, taking their credit total back down to 0. I want to know what those face downs were. We know that they're not on Obokata because they're on GFI. Let's draw. Let's run archives, see all the other face down cards. So all 3 Kakugos are now in the bin. That's very good news. And then let's put a Amakua down, so anything that they install, we're getting counters. Yeah, all 3 Kakugos being in the bin is very good. So let's hit HQ. Let's hit R&D. APOC is so good! How is APOC so good? Apocalypse. I don't even remember what this does. Congratulations. Let me bring it up for the team to look at. I think it's this one. That's pretty cute. Let's hit the HQ. Because that being res doesn't mean shit to us. Or we can use that to land a doof next turn. probably don't need the inside job, but we already have a falsified. So let's go ahead and doof. We'll break the credit here, and then they'll go up to 5. Let's go into R&D. Well, let's get rid of that before they can get any more money out of it. Let's go into R&D. Let's go into R&D again. Right, any money card or ambush that we trash off the top dramatically shifts their ability to recover. So they have money now. Let's run R&D first. Break. Break, break, break. Getting rid of all these advanceable traps is very, very good. And we are going to land all 3 apocalypses this game. We really don't need this daily cast. Now we have only accessed 1 agenda, which is pretty remarkable. I think, yeah, all 3 doofs are gone. We've only used 1 embezzle. Let's run HQ. So we know that there's a neural EMP in there that they're not using. So let's go ahead and do operations. Project Junebug and Gene Splicer. Well, let's go back in and see if we can get one of those. We're playing some rude decks out here today. All right, let's hit R&D. Let's hit R&D again. Good game. Well played. I think the neatest thing about playing APOC, and obviously it's one of the reasons why people really get frustrated with it, is if you aren't expecting it, you can just get blown out by it, right? Like anybody who is hoping to keep traps on the board or leverage advanced assets and like trick a light off of them or back channels or whatever, all of those game plans basically turn off if you get hit by an apocalypse that you're not expecting, right? So we're 3-1 here. Rob coming in hot. It's gonna be on Titan. Interesting. Yeah, we'll keep. Good luck, have fun. So this is gonna be like a hostile. So what we really want here is we want to draw into a doof pretty early. Let's draw. Let's draw. Start getting some stuff down. We might be a little slow here. Yeah, we're gonna be too slow. Alright, 4 points. I think we gotta go for it, right? Set HQ. Yeah, I don't think a deck like this, I don't think we're fast enough, right? To deal with a Titan. But we can see. If we can draw into the embezzle, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Lol. We'll trash that. And then we'll APOC. Yeah, we got no chance. Too fast. We have 1 turn to win, so let's hit R&D. We're on the board at least. I don't know what our out is there. Should I have mulligan for the Amakua in the opener? For a doof, maybe? It's tough, right? I think against Titan, they like to go for the hostile early, so probably mulliganing for the doof there may have been the right call. Let's go back to the Val deck. Oh, too fast. All right. Hey, Nick. So our biggest concern against CTM is if they score an AR, then we'll end the APOC turn tagged. Which means that like certain exchange plays and things come open. So we have to be wary of that. I think one of these is probably an AR. So I think first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to go into server 2, see if this one's the Mumbad Virtual Tour. It's not. What about this one? It's not. Maybe this one then? I'm actually pretty comfortable taking an early tag here. Especially with these early reses at lower credits, because if they don't go up to 5 credits here, then we have the potential to hit with here to hit with both mining accidents. Trace me, bro. I think there's 2 operations in HQ. No, but there are 2 of those. Okay. And then let's mining accident. I mean, okay. So let's go into HQ. Let's trash one of those calibrations for free. Let's play another mining accident. Let's get a credit, and then let's go over here, fire it. Now, if they're on, like, if it's worth noting, if they're on, like, high-profile target, we're just dead. Like, we're hard dead in the water. So, we're probably going to want to drop to a full hand pretty soon and clear some number of tags. 3 bad pub is pretty damn good for us, though. I think our biggest thing is we still got to get rid of that team spo. Let's drop some cards. And then let's hit HQ. Let's see what this is. Get rid of that for nothing. Let's hit R&D. AR. Let's hit R&D again. Prysac trashed for free. We are in what I would like to colloquially call hard tag land. Living our worst lives. Bad pub feels pretty great, huh? Let's run R&D. Let's trash it. Let's run R&D again. Let's steal that. Let's run the new remote. Let's trash it. Let's run R&D. Hey, who needs APOC, right, kids? Let's check this. Let's trash it. I mean, we're always going to check these cards. Good game. And that's like really like this game doesn't necessarily showcase Anarch specifically, but what it does showcase is just the power that having that starting bad pub can give you against Anarch, or the starting bad pub can give you against CTM. So this will be neat. This is a matchup I don't think I've practiced. Oh, you know what? I think it's time we brought this guy back. Let's do that. Yeah, that seems great. All right, that's not a great opening hand though, right? We're not likely to land the mining accident early. We get a different mining accident, but that's okay. So I think our biggest thing here is we're going to poke a central. See if we can get an ice rest. And if they don't res, we're going to land the mining accident. Alright. Fire all. Fire away, fire away. It's Dirty Laundry Archives. Let's run R&D, see if we can get another ice rest. And then let's get our second bad pub. Now hopefully we won't immediately die. So, well, That was very fortunate because we'll probably never have the opportunity to land that card again. So I feel very good about that. Now, they're on death and taxes, so we need to be concerned about punitive. I believe we still have hacktivists in this thing. We have 3 hacktivists, so we can counter it before we really start installing stuff. Oh, this is great, yeah. Commit a bunch of ice to that remote. I would treasure it. Now we're going to keep these I've had worses because we're up against a punitive deck, and that's the best way for us to stay safe. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's inject. And let's rebirth into Omar. Let's draw. Let's Dirty Laundry Archives. And then let's gain a credit. And a credit. So when's the right time for the first APOC versus a deck like this? I guess we could have hung on to that. That was probably not the right install. I love how much ice is being committed here. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put down DDoS. Gain a credit. Ditch the mining accident that will never land. Let's draw. Let's draw again. We're good on money. What we need is our APOC. We need to be able to fire our combo, my dudes. So let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put down Hacktivist. Gain a credit. Do we even have access to all 3 breakers? We don't. We still haven't seen a Clippy. Alright, so let's pop this. Let's Omar run. We're gonna Omar into R&D. Oh good, we didn't even want to access that. Let's run Archives. Let's run HQ. We're gonna say let all subroutines fire. We'll steal a divested trust. And the count goes up to 15. as we yeet like 12 pieces of ice and 2 ginger grids into the bin. Let's draw. Let's draw. So let's get rid of all the cards in HQ, because that's where the punitives are hanging out. And that's a turn. Let's hit HQ. Now before we run back in and try to get it after they do the Divested Trust, we're gonna check archives to see how many punitives are in there. So there's 2 punitives in the bin. But we don't know if they're holding another one. So we just need to get up to strength. We're probably looking for an archived memories. Let's hit R&D. Let's hit HQ. You can have a credit. And then let's get this SDS drone deployment. And just click for a bucko. So now we know that there's an SSL in there. I think Val may be the best use of Apocalypse right now, because being able to turn in Omar, usually people do the thing where there's like 1 Jinja on R&D and 1 Jinja on the remote. And like this makes it so that that play is less good. Alright, and that's game. I do not like this hand. It's mulligan. Good luck, have fun.
A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
Hey Conduit, thanks for the resub. I really appreciate it. So what did they install with that? All right. So let's. I don't have it. I don't have it out. Let me see if I have it somewhere. It started with this. But we've moved way far off of it since then. Alright, let's draw. Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's put a Hacktivist down. So right now we have no breakers in the bin. Soon to potentially get MK in the bin. We have a DDoS. No Apocalypse has shown up yet. They've already double iced stuff, so we can afford to just get the DDoS down here. I'm unironically playing Val. What is going on with my life? I have to reevaluate my choices. Now, the neat thing about what's happening now is because we're already at 3 points, if we can avoid... if we can avoid dying on the next steal, then their primary game plan is most likely dead. That's probably a divested trust. Solid. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put this down and put this down. The day jobs feel kind of clunky. I have to wonder if maybe there's a better card that fits into the slot that the day jobs are in. But that's definitely a tough call, right? Let's draw. Let's draw. So we now have 2 breakers in the bin. We're just waiting on Blorky. I don't want to put the David down because then if that's an SDS, we just lose it. The other nice thing about being Anarch is you get ridiculously rich, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, just put the fucking APOC. So we're gonna have to do this the hard way, unfortunately. So let's start with R&D. we don't have a time to Omar. Let's hit HQ. We're gonna yeet all that into the abyss. Let's do operation here. Right, so they have to draw past. So let's run HQ. Oh, I forgot to update this. Let's run R&D. Let's run archives. Let's do that again. Let's draw. Let's wanton. We still have a Black Orchestra and an MK in the bin. Now we're gonna get hit with the Divested Trust, and really our best thing to do is to see how dead we are. So if they have the Punitive, we're dead. We're dead. Good game, well played. I guess I shouldn't have checked archives there, because we weren't dead otherwise. Hey, Knuckle Guy. Hey, DJ. That was a misplay there. And after this one... I think this is good. I think we keep this. So let's hit this a few times to get some money. So I think our biggest thing here is we just need to keep the assets under control. Only showing one breaker in the bin. The sooner we can find Apocalypse, the better off things are going to be for us. Now we can try to let these personalized portals draw us into our combo. But that's risky because that also gives him money. Oh, just leave that upstairs. So we have the APOC now, so that's good. We don't have enough breakers, though, is the issue. I guess we could always try to blitz our way through. So let's poke HQ. That turned out to be a mistake. I think maybe that's an agenda. Actually, I think we're just gonna go tag me. I don't think we rightly care. Alright, let's hit the HQ. Let's take the tag. Trace me. Yep. Unsurprising, it's the MVT. Let's see what this is. Trace me. Steal the remastered. One Mississippi. There we go. This time I think we're going to turn into Omar. Not Omar, Ed Kim. So we can get rid of things like focus group. Oof. Big oofs. Big oof energy, as they say. Let's just keep going. We're gonna just keep ripping through the deck, right? Oh, I forgot to upgrade the count. And the APOC is even more impactful in a light ice deck like this. There's the focus group hit. Get the information about what they're drawing, and then we'll get a little bit of information out of HQ. And we're keeping our hand size low. Now we are pretty significantly running out of steam here. One, two, three. Another piece of ice. So 3 pieces of ice in the bin. Let's see what's in archives. It could be an agenda. It's not. Just gonna click for some money. We still don't have access to all of our breakers, which sucks. We still have a lot of deck to go through. We gotta get rid of this. So for the Beal, How many injects have been used? Just one? We have a ton of decks still to get through. Ho ho ho. So there's the exchange. So let's draw. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's draw again. Now we have access to all of our breakers. This is tight. This is going to be a tight game. The Salam's whiffs on trying to get the DDoS. So here we're going to keep our hand low for the purposes of focus group. We want to have differing types. So that he can't focus group out the close of the game. And then next turn we are ready to APOC. So let's go R&D. I think that's a bad res on his part, because we don't care. Oh, cute. We're not going to be able to afford That's really cute. So there can't be much left. So I think poking HQ is probably our best bet. Right, because 6 cards to go. Now, we could have won if I had installed Turntable. Let's poke it. It's probably a resistor. Oh no, okay. Good game. Alright. 3-hour stream, 18 apocalypses landed. I think that's pretty solid. Alright, and everybody, please consider supporting the channel. The easiest way to do that is to just tell people that I'm still streaming and remind people to watch. If you'd like to support me monetarily, the best way to do that is by subscribing on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free. There is also a link. Today is basically the last day to use the link on the YouTube notes to follow me, and that is the way that I get the biggest cut. So check that out. Consider supporting the channel if you can. Anything helps, even $1. So until I see all of you again, always